What's up, everybody? Hello, and welcome to Hillside Live with Matt and Bree. We are here at Rush Off-Road Park in Kentucky for the Mickey Thompson NRRA number 4. This weekend is presented by Super Grip. Huge thank you to them and all of our sponsors for helping us do what we do here at the National Rock Racing Association. Matt, how are things looking this weekend?
Awesome. Again, I heard we're calling for a little bit of rain maybe later today. If it happens later on today, it might hang around tomorrow. So we're going to see a lot of dirt course today. That might turn into mud tomorrow. So, again, some of the guys, I know we have a lot of guys who race our UTV stock class that also race the big bouncer class. So that could absolutely, again, usually running that course kind of gets you a little feel. I know the UTV Cup Series first course is the exact same thing as the bouncer course tomorrow. So guys who are running that will literally run the exact same course for the bouncer, although if we get a bunch of rain, they were saying, several inches of rain possibly tonight, that course will be completely different tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. So definitely excited for it.
Got to be on your toes. You never know what you're going to get out here. We are enjoying some beautiful weather right now, some nice spring weather, nice warm spring weather.
Yes.
And we have to point out it is Featured Driver Friday.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll notice that we're repping our Dan Carter swag right now.
Showing the love.
With his, I always love the fun designs and everything
cool.
that Dan and the crew come up with.
Oh, yeah.
So, Featured Driver Friday. It's Dan Carter Racing this weekend.
He has killer merch.
Yeah, they got some good stuff.
I have to confess, I'm very jelly of Bree. She has this hoodie that I am, coveting all the time because it's, this super cool, kind of retro 80s, kind of shininess. It's
like metallic.
It is, color changing,
so
kind of.
It's pretty cool.
It's very cool. And, again, Dan's like, yeah, we only got 4 of them made. Sorry, buddy. I'm like, it's okay. I was
something like that.
I can't fit into a schmedium, but I would sure try. No, Dan has great merch. Again, Dan does a lot for the sport. I've seen him literally show up with 3 different side-by-sides to race 3 different classes, the UTV Cup, the stock class, and the bounty. So, again, Dan does a ton for the sport. We appreciate him. He has a great marketing plan, so go check him out as well.
Yeah, he's part of that Rock Life Off-Road racing team and the Super Grip crew. That's a big part of what he does. So, how fitting for it to be this weekend when we're out here. So he's got a brand new rig that he's brought out here for this weekend. I've seen some pictures on Facebook, but we also have a video that we can check out. Taylor, you got that queued up? Yeah, let's see what that new rig looks like.
I'm Dan Carter, and this is our newly released L&W Fab built buggy, prepped and assembled by Rock Life Off-Road. Brand spanking new car released today. We've got it out here at Rush Off-Road Park, and we're going to see what this thing will do this weekend. So what makes this car so special is that this is built to showcase L&W Fab's new lower kit. They decided to build the chassis in full, and it's built with all of their suspension and components put together by Rock Life Off-Road. They were in charge of doing the wrap and the mock-up of the buggy, sporting some brand new Super Grip wheels and tires, Super ATV Easy Steer kit, Keller ball joints, L&W suspension, RS1 front diff, PDI drive shaft. It's the best of the best. So I would see that this car will be a top contender and be fairly competitive this weekend. There's a lot of companies that have stood behind us and helped build this car, especially Rock Life Off-Road, L&W Fab, and Team Super Grip. Appreciate all you guys. Stay tuned.
All right, guys, that was an awesome new rig from Dan Carter. You guys got a little sneak peek at. We'll see him running that later. We are ready to kick things off with our Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class, Course 1. If you're just joining us, welcome to Hillside Live. You haven't missed any of the racing action yet. Cody Kaysen is on the line.
Getting everything ready. Our drone's taking off over here. It's always great to see that drone footage again. Those guys do a great job. Again, that first jump there, again, that first jump is pretty violent.
That Super Grip step up, and he made it up up the first part of the course here. He's making his way down the CA Tech cliffs. Whoa, and he's flying. Coming around to the RCV rocks.
He is getting it. Again, we were talking this morning with several drivers. We were debating on how many guys we're going to see roll over. You're transitioning from the downhill back to uphill.
Nice, and through that SES final stretch now.
Wow.
49.491 for Cody Kaysen, our first driver of the day out here in Rush, Kentucky for the Mickey Thompson NRRA race number 4. And Cody is leading in points coming into this weekend from the 3 races we've had so far, but only by 1 point. He's got 287. Wow. Brandon Davis has 286.
Wow.
Right behind him.
Wow. 1 point. We're 4. This is our 4th race. We have 3 points races so far underneath our belt, and there's 1 point separating first and second. That's incredible.
These guys are definitely pushing each other. We're just going to see more and more of that as the season progresses. All right. Did I hear that this is Charles Carris out on the course right now?
Really? He's taken that Jeep Cherokee and made it pretty famous in our VIN class. And so it's awesome to see him out here in a side-by-side racing now. So he's doing double duty this weekend.
Yeah, I guess he just figured he'd double up on the fun while he's here.
Yeah, definitely.
Join in the UTV stock class.
It's insane how competitive our UTV stock class is. It's just, and everybody has so much fun, racing with it.
All right, he's got to make his way over the raceline ramp into the SES final stretch.
Those tires are rough.
Yeah, they're checking up pretty good.
59.792 from Mr. Charles Chris. Again, those tires, like Clyde was laughing. He said, "Hey, Matt, you see those tires at the finish line?" I said, "No, I didn't, Clyde. Thanks for pointing those out." That's cool. He said, "You think anybody's going to get help with those?" And I said, "Not if I have anything to do about it." I got hung up on a set like that in Texas a few years ago. It was not fun.
It's in the past, Matt. It's in the past.
I like it. Yes, no. And again, it's such a simple obstacle, but yet they can hang you up. So
it's the simple ones
that really is
sneak up and get you.
It really is. So again, you've seen them where they're going up kind of this big ledge, coming down. When they're starting to go down and they're going to put some speed on, I think we'll see a few guys roll over today. And Josh Krapinski and a couple of us were up there talking this morning. I think you're going to see a couple silly rollovers today, much like Wildcat. We saw a couple silly rollovers at Wildcat.
We did see some weird stuff at Wildcat.
And it wasn't where you thought it was going to be. So,
Brantley Havens out on the course now.
Brantley Havens is our first ever UTV youth driver to graduate from the youth program and end up in the stock class. So we're excited to see him out racing this weekend. You can usually tell him by his massive cowboy hat he sports pretty much.
It's definitely his signature look.
Anytime he doesn't have a helmet on, he's usually sporting his cowboy hat. We were at a pool once, and he was playing around the pool. Not in the pool, but playing around the pool with his cowboy hat on.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I like it. Swimming trunks and a cowboy hat.
Got to maintain the image.
It was pretty awesome.
It looks like maybe his dad is riding in there with him.
Yeah,
it's Dustin.
They were out tuning this morning a little bit, doing some jumps and stuff, hitting that first big ledge. It's kind of gnarly because you do have to hit it at such a sharp angle, even though it's only 6 feet, 8 feet off the ground. I mean, it's not very high, but you really have to hit it with some momentum, otherwise you'll get hung up, bottom out. And we watched a lot of guys roll up and kind of get the front axle over and then back down.
Come on, Brantley, you're in that SCS final stretch.
Go, buddy, go.
Oh.
Buddy, come on. Good job.
Yeah.
That's
71.521 for Brantley Havens.
Dan, the man.
All right, and it is Dan the Man Carter on the line right now, our featured driver on this Friday of racing.
This
with
is
that snazzy Rock Life design on there. This is the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. If you guys are just joining us, Dan is our 4th driver out on the course so far today. As always, make sure you're watching on that Rock Racing TV Facebook page. Whoa, Dan, get it.
It was he was skimming those hills as you were giving your instructions there.
So I have these beaded bracelets, and I put words on them and stuff.
I like it.
So I gave one to Dan because I'd given him one a season or two ago, and he said he wore it for a long time and then it broke, so he needed a new one.
Okay.
Woo, Dan. And I said I put "Go Fast" on
Go
there.
Fast.
So just a little inspiration for him.
And
the last one I made said "Don't suck."
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I was thinking it said 5.8. 5.80. Okay, so 58.58. All right. Yeah, I was thinking the last one said "Don't suck." You know. Yeah, it was.
Don't suck, go fast. That's pretty good.
Do a good job.
Inspiration for race day.
That's really all you need. That's the best inspiration. You know, go fast, don't suck, and that's
keep it simple.
That's I think that's every racer's motto for the day.
Daniel Heckley on the line now.
Got that new Can-Am he's rocking. Again, I think he kind of stole that out of Brandon Davis's playbook. Again, Brandon Davis did get that new chassis, so he's old Bertha there. Again, I saw you post your 4-seater that you had done some racing with the other day. I was like, good old Rancher 5000. Bree literally drove the wheels off of side by side.
Yeah, those things don't always stay on like
they do not. They do not. Daniel's making quick work of this course here.
Hey, you know what? As long as Daniel stays out of the trees, he is definitely a force to be reckoned with out here.
Yeah.
He's got a taillight flapping around. But there goes a chunk. That's all right. You don't need those when you're racing.
You don't need those, yeah.
Nice. Launch that race line ramp. Not launching on the tires, though.
Yes. Yes.
That's a
50.163 for Daniel Heckley. Cody Kaysen is still holding the fastest time right now with a 49. He was our first driver out the gate. Those Kaysen brothers, they like to set the bar high.
They do. I was going to say, do you think he's going to hang on to that? Dylan Dowler.
I don't know. We got Dylan on the line now.
Dylan's sitting in that starting gate. I watched him pre-run this course for like a half an hour this morning. He hit that jump over and over and over again because I think he was wanting to time it correctly. Yeah, it looks like they're making sure the course is clear. But, yeah, Dylan he pre-ran for probably, I'm going to say at least a half an hour this morning.
Oh, he's ready.
He was trying it.
All right, next up, Dylan Dowler. I'm sorry, I read that wrong.
Again, that is some very, very neon orange sitting there.
We always know when it's Dylan on the line.
Yeah. Much like Madison King.
Dylan also uses his buggies to do it.
Ooh, there you go.
So, that's why they're bright orange like that. Dual purpose. Tax write-off or something.
Heading up those Spider off-road stair steps there. Man, he is flying downhill. Again, we're watching guys transition from that downhill to uphill as they make that big turn. Me and Josh Krapinski, a handful of us this morning, were down here talking about how many guys we're going to see roll over today. That's kind of what we were debating. So
yeah, that corner down there has the potential
to be a little squirrely.
Getting a little wild. All right, nice and smooth over the race line ramp and through that SCS final stretch to the finish line.
50.617 from Mr. Dylan Dower. Again, not quite fast enough to knock Mr. Cody off the podium there.
Man, him and Daniel Heckley, they're knocking on the door
they
there,
really
but Cody's keeping it shut.
Yeah, I guarantee his brother's going to try to fix that, but we got a handful of drivers. We're about two-thirds we got two-thirds to go yet, so we got quite a few drivers going to try to knock him down, but it's always awesome to watch the very first guy come out and set the pace and just do very, very well, so it's always exciting to see that. Again, we appreciate all our cameraman and our course workers out there helping us out today.
Braden Upchurch is on the line now, and Braden is coming into the weekend third in points right now for the Rock Life Off-Road Stock Class.
He was out playing this morning as well. Again, in the National Rock Racing Association, you're allowed to go out and pre-run the course. Now, a lot of guys don't like to do that because they don't want to give away what their secrets are. Other guys want to get out and just get out there and feel as comfortable as possible with the course. And
then you got guys that just don't want to break anything before it's go time.
That's more my theory. Like you save the rig for race day.
Save it for when it counts.
Yeah.
Come on, boy. Step on it. You're racing for third place as it stands. Come on. No, there goes third. You're racing for fourth.
Come on.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man, that is not how he wanted to come into that race line ramp.
That is definitely not. Yeah, you hate to see that happen. Again, we have... we
got the thumbs up, and we've got a good crowd over there.
The great thing about side-by-sides, they usually flip over back pretty easy, so... I'll say he's got quite a bit of cage up there, but pretty easy to flip over. A few guys can usually get that done. And I'm pretty sure he broke an axle shaft when he landed on that driver's side. Front driver's side axle. It looked like it was stopped spinning there for a minute. I cannot believe that.
Oh, man, he was so close to the home stretch.
Again, we talked a little bit this morning about it. I think we're going to see some weird errors today. You know, a couple guys coming up and having some weird errors. I think we'll see a little bit this afternoon again. But you never know what racing day holds.
And we've got Dan Carter joining us up here in the booth while we get Braden limping his way off the course there.
Yeah, I know, that was a tough run.
That was.
We hate to see that win, especially when they're so close to the finish. But you had a great run, Dan. How'd it feel out there?
Yeah, I'm having some issues with the front diff. Like it feels like it's slipping a little, if that makes sense. But it caused us to not make it up the hill as quickly as possible because I was trying to save it. I guess we need to tear that thing down, see what's going on with it.
Yeah.
But the downhill is what was scary. Like we're coming down these cutouts in the hillside.
Yep.
And it's funny to say this, but the faster you go, the smoother it is.
It makes sense.
So it's like if you go too slow, it's going to buck you, but if you hit it wide open, it seems to soak
Stay
it
on
right
top
up.
of it.
Yeah.
But I knew coming down at the second time that, hey, I'll just go a whole lot faster. Well, it caused me to overshoot my turn a little bit, so I wasn't lined up for the double jump, so that's why I didn't go over the double jump. But it seemed to have a decent run, and as long as we can finish today, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Well, we will be too. We're representing out here.
I appreciate the support, but it's a big day for us. We're unveiling the new L&W chassis built Rock Life car, and I'm afraid to put scratches on it, but I guess it's going to happen soon.
Well, we did show everybody a video, and we'll talk a little more about that after we watch Scotty Harden's run here.
Again, Scotty out doing a little pre-run this morning as well. We've seen a handful of guys out, testing things out, kind of getting a good feel for it, making sure you're comfortable.
Right. This is one of those courses that, you can walk it and it seem like you've got everything laid out in your mind, and then when you pre-run it, you see a lot of things that you missed while walking. So it's a good idea to pre-run, which this series allows for pre-running. And it's a good thing to help the drivers out. Yeah,
and again, we talked a little bit this morning about sometimes some drivers want to do it because it helps them get comfortable. Some guys don't want to do it because they're worried about maybe showing somebody else their line or braking.
That's one reason I'm reserved on pre-running, because I've been known to tear up a steel ball with a rubber hammer.
Yeah.
And I want to save the car for when it's needed.
Yep. 5.6.427 for Mr. Scotty Harden.
Not bad, not bad. That pre-running must have paid off a little. Cody Kaysen still solidly in the lead, though, with a 49.4. He was our first driver out on the course today, and we're not quite halfway through Course 1 right now for the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class, and we've got Don Curtis on the line.
Don Curtis
and
again.
Dan Carter in the booth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, Don Curtis is a big body Chevy. Makes quite a statement here in our VIN class. Our inaugural season champion. So we appreciate him and all his race crew does at Don Curtis Racing Team.
Right. Don basically wanted to start running the UTV stock class because it's almost like you get the same courses in the VIN class. So that's why he was opting to do that. And he was telling us about their trip out to Disney, and that was the first time he'd actually rolled the buggy over and did major damage to it. And he said he fell off of Viagra, and it scratched the buggy up. And I think he's not afraid to scratch it anymore. So you can tell his driving style's changed a good bit.
That's funny.
Once you get past that first point, then
it also, again,
having
a good violent rollover, and you get out and you're like, oh, I'm fine. Like, it gives you a lot more confidence in the buggy, how hard you can push it. And, once you learn that tipping point, it makes you a little more comfortable as well, knowing, hey, I can go this far without it falling over.
Right.
This far, not so good,
59.014.
It's crazy how competitive this class is. Just looking at your notes, I see, the 49, and then I see a good bit of 58s, and 56s, 59s. Like it's so competitive.
It really
is. It's awesome to watch.
We have a 49, and then we have two 50s. We got a 50.1 from Daniel Heckley and a 50.6 from Dylan Dowler.
Goodness gracious.
Right behind the 49.4.
And we got Josh Krapinski taking off the line here. That's another guy that's going to try to be in that 49-50 category.
Right.
We also only have 1 point coming into this weekend separating Cody and Brandon.
Oh, my goodness.
The top two spots.
Isn't that crazy? 3 races in, and we have 1 point separate. I mean, literally, you cannot get any smaller than 1 point separating first and second. So
Josh Krapinski might come out and shake things up here. We got Super Grip Ronnie checking in with us. Saying Dan the man, Greg Meadows checking in, Scott Marr.
Hey,
happy
guys.
anniversary to Daniel and Chastity. Yep, that's right.
Yeah, it's not my anniversary, but I didn't know it was Dan and Chastity's.
It is. You got to check out Chastity's shirt that she's wearing at some point today. Go check it out.
Yeah, I always like their vibe. They've always got cool cups or cool shirts like they make for each event.
They're having fun, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a good time, and again, we appreciate all those guys. That they do always have a lot of fun.
Whoa, Josh just lost something off the back.
Oh my goodness.
That's a 58.
58.071.
He beat me by a split second. Good job, Josh. I appreciate you guys having me on.
No, and again, out the top podcast.
Yes, we're going to be recording live on site at Rush Off-Road Park tonight or after the event, and we're going to have a special guest on. He's going to tell us the ins and outs about sponsorship and what he knows. So if you're around, come check it out and learn some stuff, and hopefully we can help some of those drivers that are seeking sponsorship, give them some pointers and show them what to do and what not to do and how to act and how not to act.
Yep. Hey, that's some good information to have. That's helpful stuff.
Right.
We can't wait to see you break in the new buggy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, trust me, I'm more nervous than anybody. Thank y'all.
Have a good one, buddy.
Dan.
Again, that was Dan Carter. He is our featured driver Friday.
All right, Brandon Davis on the course.
Again, that was Dan Carter. You can check him out on all his social media links for Dan Carter Racing. Here we got Brandon Davis out there. Again, this is a new chassis for him. He took all his stuff off the old chassis, the little Can-Am that we always like to show a lot of love to.
Now it's the little Can-Am that can.
Yes. He put a beating on that old car. I mean, that's got to be a commercial for Can-Am to be like, for 3 years, he just thrashed this thing through, some of the hardest courses in America.
It was pretty impressive.
It was. Again,
I think it finally reached a point where there wasn't any more piecing together
really
that could be done. So he started over with the chassis. Things looking real good and tough now.
And the best part is he even said, he's like, it wouldn't. I said, well, hey, how's the new chassis doing? He said, great. It. 49.804. Is that our new leader?
No, because Cody was a 49.4.
Wow.
Brandon's a 49.8.
Man.
Oh, my goodness.
That's crazy.
And it's just 1 point over the course of the 3 races that we've had so far this season, separating Brandon from Cody.
Again, I agree. The people that understand our point system understand how insane it is,
that is
to be, it's like, to be 1 point different over almost 300 points possible. There's 1 point different. It's bananas. And now they're literally 0.5 of a second difference, We've got Austin Tidwell out on the course now. Coming up that super grip step up. Again, that is such a gnarly ledge there. Everybody's slowing down, zooming up to it, and then they kind of check up a little bit. A lot of them this morning were even hitting the brakes and dragging the back axle over. That way, a little smoother transition to the flat part.
Well, you want to try and keep that front end down, too,
yeah,
and not just end up
straight
up in the air.
Do you think we're going to see some bouncers hit a little too hard?
I think it's a distinct possibility.
I think that'll be interesting. You get to watch some bouncers get excited. You get in the driver's seat. You're finally excited to get in the bouncer and hit it. And watch them get out there and kind of hit it. Just a little too excited. I think we're going to see a couple guys shoot out the top. But the nice part is that bouncers have a lot bigger shock. So you can kind of air those out a little bit more. And it lands a little softer, a little smoother.
Oh, wait.
There we go!
Hey!
Is he going to take back off again?
He stuck the landing. All his flaps are open. The doors are open. He's got a thumbs up, but I don't know if we can get it started. Let's see.
Hang on, don't touch him. He's waving.
He's talking to Cody.
He's waving him off. He doesn't want it. So if you're not familiar with the rules for our racing here, once you have somebody touch your vehicle to assist you, then your run's over, and that's considered. You've been assisted, you've been helped. So you can see that Cody is clearly not touching the vehicle yet because Alston's waving him off and saying, no, I can finish.
And again, you can touch on it if you're leaning in the chassis, so you're holding onto the cage. That's okay. But if you start wiggling wires or if you start doing things that can help the buggy put a fuse back in, obviously
once you provide any assistance, then that run is over. Oh no!
No,
go!
There we go. Ooh, I was worried. I was like, buddy, it's okay.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
122.151. But hey, he did get a finish out of it.
He did. And again,
that could be a skinny pedal nomination.
It is. Again, trying to keep that on there is pretty crucial.
Let's go to a quick replay presented by Rock Racing TV and check out that front flip one more time.
Again, he was coming down and just barely caught the edge of that, which caused the rear end to buck just a little bit. And again, that shock. Luckily, I was waiting to see if he came back onto the wheels. But it looks like able to get a finish at it, which is awesome.
All right, we have Zach Carter on the line now.
Oh, Zach Carter.
Jack Porter goes like, Zach, like is in your name, Zach?
As in your name.
Yeah.
Not my name.
I love it. I love his wrap on there. That's sharp. He has like a copper colored powder coat on the chassis with the black and the gray and white wrap on there. It's a really sharp looking buggy. I saw him pulling in this morning. Got that big rear radiator mount up there. Again, making quick work of those Spider off-road steps. Again, I think also watching somebody roll over in front of you makes you maybe choke up a little bit more.
The CA Tech Cliffs definitely had their first victim.
Yes.
And for poor Austin Tidwell, looks like Zach Carter was able to avoid that. And let's see, he's got to come back for round 2. Skimming right over him. Not too bad. It's just the race line ramp. And now on to that SES finish, or final stretch to the finish line. Nice.
That's a
54.876 for Zach Carter.
Again, we got all of our side-by-sides backed in right behind our race line starting gate there. And again, it's kind of nice. The nice part is, obviously, they're all lined up so everybody can kind of watch the guy in front of them, see what they're doing. So even as you're getting in your buggy and getting accustomed, getting accounted, they can see everything going on.
Here we go with Jay Storts.
Jay was tested this morning, and he was giving her the beans. He was getting a little wild with it this morning. Again, trying some different lines, playing around.
It's Jay. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Jay lives in the Perryville Mafia crew, part of that Perryville Mafia guys, and he's been in Chicago, up in Illinois, doing some work lately. Wow. Whipping down those CA Tech stairs. Again, the UTV stock class comes downhill the same section. So basically they go up, turn left and come down. Then they go up, turn right and come down. But it's the same section each time, which is nice because it gives you a little more comfortable. Ooh.
Speaking of Kaysen, that's Jay Storts trying to beat Cody Kaysen with a 55.194.
55.194.
Anyway, good job, Jay Storts.
Our current top three, you guys are watching Course 1 of the Rock Life Off-Road UTV Stock Class here on Hillside Live. Current top three is Cody Kaysen with a 49.4, followed by Brandon Davis with a 49.8, and then it looks like Daniel Heckley with a 50.1.
We got Dustin Havens in that four-seater full body out there doing some work.
That's right, got to represent for the four-seaters.
Again, I think you're going to see the way he zoomed up to that and that landed. I think you're going to see that's what the bouncers are going to look like more tomorrow. But I have a feeling we're going to watch at least one guy send it out the top of there. Again, you want to try to keep that front end down as much as possible. But as you're hitting those spider steps there. But, again, you want to be careful. Being longer wheelbase definitely makes a big difference on these hills. We got some bouncer hills tomorrow. They're going to be pretty exciting for you guys. Again, if it starts pouring down rain later today and we get, several inches of rain tonight and tomorrow, I think this course is going to radically change for some of the drivers. So
Go, send it, sissy.
Come on, Dustin.
Sometimes they sound like that. That's a 59.926.
59.926 for Dustin Havens.
Man, I thought he was faster than that. They must have stopped the clock when the rear passed the timer.
Taylor, can you ask for Braden Upchurch's time? All right, we've got Dean Robbers on the line now, and this is his first time racing with us. So welcome to the NRRA, Dean. Pretty quick up those super grip step ups, the spider step. His coming around the corner for the first time down the CA Tech cliffs. Nice. There it is.
52.796 from Mr. Dean Robbers. Kev Robbers. Again, not a bad time for being his first time.
Not bad at all.
I mean, he's right. Again, that's a very respectable time for the first time racing with us.
Man, and with that, we got more on the line.
All right, I think we've got Coy Chapel on the line.
Oh, y'all look out. We got Corey Chappelle.
I love his neon rims just gleam.
Oh, Corey Chappelle.
Those spider stairs are people are slowing down more than I thought. He's flying down the hill.
That was pretty smooth.
Again, we talked to Dan a little bit. Dan said the faster you go down, the smoother they are.
I believe it.
The last few races, real close on several of them, but he's never been able to pull it off. No pun intended.
Coy's raced with us
A few times, right?
Yeah, consistently this season.
He's flying.
And he's bringing it. Look at that, flying over that race line ramp. Coming through the SCS final stretch and that finish line. Whoa! That is a new leader, 49.306.
That's impressive. He was flying. The downhill section, he was screaming on.
Matt, 1/10 of a second.
You know, again.
1/10 of a second.
I love guys that can come out and set a pace. You know, so yes, Cody's no longer, or Clay's no longer leading it.
No, it was Cody.
Yeah. And then we have Cooper Bentley here.
We've got Cooper, who
in the old tombstone,
filling in for what was Wade Good's spot on the list. Yeah, he must be feeling pretty confident putting that graphic on the side of the buggy. It's a tombstone with the name of several of the other drivers in the stock class on there. So Cooper's coming for him. The old Grim Reaper.
He's flying.
Are we going to see a new fastest time? Come on, Coop. Not quite.
That's a 50.400.
That's a 50.400. Wow, we've got things really tight between, I think, like our top 5, maybe 6.
All right. Sounds like they're going to turn everything off, get everything reset for Vin. Do we have one more or no?
I think that was it. Yep,
right.
That wrapped up course 1 for the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, I'll give you guys that top 5 rundown.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerfly XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com. What you want?
No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
All right, welcome back here to the 4th race of the National Rock Racing Association, presented by Mickey Thompson. This race brought to you by Super Grips. We are here at Rush Off-Road Park in Rush, Kentucky. Again, beautiful weather here. We just wrapped up our UTV stock class. We're going to do VIN class next. I think we have 4 drivers for that, and then we'll be kicking off the UTV Cup Series, which again, a little more wild vehicles. I know we have some guys like Brandon Davis who race both of those, and then obviously we have bouncers tomorrow as well as our youth class, which will be a lot of fun. But how'd our UTV stock class shake out?
So unofficially, because I just did all this real quick.
Little monkey math over there.
Coy Chapel had the fastest time with a 49.3, followed so closely by Cody Kaysen with a 49.4, followed by Brandon Davis with a 49.8.
Yeah,
I don't think you can get any tighter than that. Those are your top three. And then we had Daniel Heckley real close with a 50.1. And then Cooper Bentley with a 50.4.
And again, Cody and Brandon coming into this event after 3 races, like almost 300 points. They're 1 point apart.
1 point apart. Cody's 287, Brandon's 286.
Again, I stress that only so our viewers know how magical that is, that they are 1 point separating first and second. So those little milliseconds can make a huge difference coming into the season. You know, you pick up a point here, a point there. Now it's your 8, 10, 12 points difference by the end of the season. I remember not last year, but 2 years ago, second, third, and fourth, there was like 3 points or 8 points separating those places. It was such a small, minute amount. And at that point, you're 950 points in. You know, there's literally like 8 points separated second, third, and fourth. It was, I mean, that literally means you can just literally flip a coin, and that's how it's going to shake out for the season. It's crazy.
Well, when they're racing, you know, tenths and hundreds of a second apart,
it's crazy.
Then that's how things shake out.
All right, we're going to jump into some VIN class racing here. Again, we're about not quite halfway through our day. Again, our VIN class here, you can modify your vehicle. We have some rules they have to follow. It's more of a stock-ish type vehicle, although you can see some of our guys have a lot of safety modifications. I know
stock-ish.
Yeah, stock-ish. Again, they can run up to a 38-inch DOT tire. They have to run a DOT tire. Can't be running stickies. We got Don Curtis out here. Again, absolutely ripping it in that 454. They have the option of going around that big jump before they head up those steps, those Spider off-road steps. I think you're going to see most of them go around that, because that is a big jump in a VIN class race car. And you're really, really not shaving a whole lot of time in the VIN class by going around, but you are going to be much easier on the vehicle. Again, a lot of these guys are running leaf springs at front or rear. Some of the classes run like this vehicle has leaf springs front and rear. So
old school,
little different,
old school,
little different suspension type.
All right, so I need to talk this over with Dawn, but I got a new name for the truck.
Yeah.
I think due to its size, you know, and it's like coming out of the woods, I think we should go with Sasquatch.
I do like that.
It just seems right.
Yes, it does. It does. I appreciate that. I support that.
You guys know I love naming things.
Yes.
What do you guys think? Should we call it Sasquatch?
Taylor did say it is Bigfoot Blue.
Bigfoot Blue is, I don't know. All right, what do you guys think? Let's put it to a vote, even though Don knows nothing about this.
Yes.
7.728.
My heart just did a Brandon Davis. It skipped. I was like, oh my gosh. He wasn't going to hit it.
Zach
what is that going on?
He said my heart just skipped a beat because he was zooming.
Oh, he thought he was going to hit the tires.
And he was like, Zach was like, dear God, someone's going to die.
He would have launched into orbit.
He would have been. He would have been. So, I thought the same thing. I thought he was going to hit the yeah.
Zach's flipping out over there. Adam said that the stock UTV course looked like fun. It does look like a good fun one.
It is a lot of fun. Again, our UTV Cup series and the Bouncer series both have the exact same first course, which I realized today when I was looking at the maps. I was like, wait, these are the same. So it's going to be a lot of fun for the UTV Cup series guys. You're going to see here in a minute. It's also going to be fun for the Bouncer guys. And I think it's going to be just a good old-fashioned fun course. Get out here, rip it. Nothing super crazy.
Yeah.
Last night at dinner, we were speculating in the production crew on what the finishing completion is going to be for Course 2 tomorrow.
Oh.
So.
Well, we got Charles Carissa out here for Course 1.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and he went for the bonus up that the super grip step up.
He literally had all 4 tires off the ground. That was pretty gnarly.
So uh-oh.
I think he broke a rear axle.
Yeah. Something's not right.
He landed wide open throttle, and the back right corner, so passenger rear axle, when he landed, that passenger axle broke. I'm pretty sure, because he landed on that rear corner axle wide open throttle. And again, those are just Jeep Cherokee axles. They're not crazy strong. Dang it.
I don't know if this is a 3-wheel drive
hill
at this point.
He might be able to back up some more and get a little more momentum going into it. I think that's what he's trying to do now. There he goes. There he goes. Come on. Go, oh. Yeah.
Hey, never fear. We've got Cody Kaysen.
Yeah.
Heading up to help spot him, though.
Yeah. You can absolutely hear that Cherokee red limiter. It's so iconic.
He's giving it all he's got.
So iconic.
Oh, man. Well, he may have gotten those extra 13 bonus points, but I don't know if it was going to be worth it.
Oh, man. He's so close. And that's probably the hardest part of the whole course for the VIN class.
Come on, old Red.
Oh, man. He's trying to feel it out a little bit. Definitely working these spider off-road steps. Yeah, he might be able to. You know what? He could probably put it in reverse, go back up it. You know. Come on! There we go! Oh, no! Dang it. Dang it. Man, so close. Zach.
Oh. Go far right, Charles.
Yeah.
Go far right.
Oh. Again, so close. He's trying. You can see he's trying different. Trying different ways.
Y'all don't worry about that. He's a professional. He does that all the time.
Do we have a time limit today? Is it 3 minutes like usual? It's not a super long course, so I don't think Clyde would have given him a extra time limit. All right, so it's a 5-minute time limit today.
And he's at 2.5 now. I think he needs to hang more to that right side.
I think if he swing far right,
yeah.
You know what? It's always different when you're up on the hill from looking at it down at the bottom. But Cody's going to get him straightened out.
I heard him yell, "Go to the bottom!" I'm like, "Oh boy, here we go."
Cody.
He's hit. I think he's going to try to do it in second.
Snap. Oh. I think he broke something else.
I think he broke something else there.
Oh, gosh. He went from slipping an axle in the rear end to blowing a
He might have broke a ring and pinion.
something ain't right.
Oh, yeah.
In reverse.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Heck of a try from Charles.
Yeah, man.
We've got a quick replay presented by Rock Racing TV to see him take that bonus line up the Super Grip.
Yeah.
Step up.
And, watch it. All 4 tires come completely off of the ground.
Whee, like Free Willy.
And then he lands on that, which I'm pretty sure just broke that axle. Dang, awesome run. Then it bounces in the air again. That is so awesome.
Hey, you never know until you try.
Again, that is Charles Chris from High Octane Films. Shout out to him for coming out. He's racing the side-by-side class and the VIN class this weekend. And we have seen this Cherokee do tons of work. I mean, he is a very solid competitor out here in this VIN class. So we appreciate Charles coming out.
He was first in points coming into the weekend.
Man.
But only by 4. Don Curtis was sneaking up on him there. So we'll see what happens now. If you guys are just joining us, we have completed Course 1 for the UTV stock class. We've got 1 driver left right now for Course 1 of the VIN class. And then we've got our UTV Cup class after that. And then we'll be back, of course, for round 2 in all 3 classes. So thanks for joining us here on Hillside Live. You are watching the Mickey Thompson NRRA race number 4. We're at Rush, Kentucky this weekend, presented by Super Grip. And you're hanging out with Matt and Bree. Not a bad way to spend a Friday afternoon.
It isn't. We appreciate you guys.
Where's everybody watching from?
I was just gonna say.
I beat you to it.
I get to tell people, and they're always like, I was talking about birthday. I said we're gonna spend it with friends. I said, but I also have some online friends that are literally scattered across the globe.
Virtual friends
that are literally scattered across the globe. We have some Iceland friends that tune in. We have some regulars from Australia and New Zealand.
Oh, is he going for it?
Okay.
Oh, psych.
I was like, oh boy. The WT is a very big.
We need the WT.
Yes.
That's how we get around out here.
It's a very, very big, heavy, monstrous truck. I would be very concerned for Justin's emotional and mental health if he aired that thing out.
Might be concerned for his spinal health as well.
It's true. I would be very concerned. That is a very large truck. But we actually talked to him about that a little bit, and I said, he said the truck, like we were watching the front end kind of bounce and how it was getting jostled around. And I said, does that really transfer in? He said, well, not really. And he said, here's why. The truck is so big and bulky, it kind of goes where it wants to, and it kind of just takes me with it. So when you'll see the wheels bouncing around or the thing really getting thrashed around, he said the cab really doesn't move much just because it is such a, there's so much mass to the vehicle.
No, my head hit the ceiling in that thing more than once riding around in it.
So he said, at least for the driver anyway.
Of course, when you got all your race gear on, you're pretty set. Uh-oh. Come on, WT. Those RCV rocks are giving him a little trouble. Scott Mars tuning in from Perryville. He said he's in the recliner, had a knee replacement.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad that you've got Hillside Live to keep you entertained today, Scott.
Yeah, I'll say, if you have to have a knee replacement, that does not sound like a fun process. But if you do, sitting in a recliner, drinking some ice-cold sweet tea, while watching your off-road racing, it's got to be a pretty great way to recover.
Not too bad.
It
looks like Justin made it up the RCV rocks. He's coming down the CA Tech cliff now.
Justin, don't hold back now. Let's roll.
Zach said, don't hold back now.
Hold back. Oh, my God. I see what you did there. Well played, sir. Well played. Again, you can see our UTV Cup Series guys getting antsy. Yeah, I for real thought Don Curtis was out to hit those tires like full tilt.
146.471 for Justin Hoback. And it looks like we've got one more competitor in our VIN class.
146.471. Justin Hoback laying down the second fastest time in the VIN class so far. Not too shabby. Big Don Curtis holding on to that first place position. But wait, there's more. Next up, we got the donation vehicle from the Pro Rock crew. Joey Sutton,
Brandon is going to be racing it.
This is Brandon Davis?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Again, there we go.
With the bonus line. Where did this Jeep come from? Whoa, pieces are flying
losing
off.
Parts.
Oh, Brandon.
Go, baby, go.
Go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah, let's go, Brandon. There he goes. Zach said, drive it like a dump truck. Brandon
He's in the trees.
Used to own an excavating company, so he was very familiar with dump trucks. I think the grill fell off of it.
It flew up and landed on top. Whose Jeep is this? Where did this come? I've never seen Brandon drive this.
So, again,
Joey's.
Getting ready to head down
What is spray?
Windshield wiper fluid?
What was that?
Yeah, again, our Cherokees, we do see a lot of Cherokees in our VIN class again, and I'm a huge Cherokee. I'm an XJ fan because we do see so many XJs. They're so durable. They're a lot of fun. You get out there, you can beat on them. You can usually pick them up really cheap, so they are a lot of fun. So I'm a huge XJ fan. Pick them up cheap, come out, thrash around, and we've watched two of them.
Did he turn his blinker on?
Turned his turn signal. He's a proper VIN class racer. There we go. Again, very very classy gentleman there. He uses turn signals.
He got the wrong one on though.
Yeah, he might have bumped it, turning it back off.
Where'd he go?
I'm thinking we need to see Bree.
He's making his way.
Bree in there tomorrow.
That would be pretty fun. I still think Matt and I need a VIN vehicle.
We do.
We'll just, one of us will do Hill 1 and the other one will do Hill 2.
I think so.
Come on, Brandon. Over the race line ramp. We got somebody in there with him. Who's that?
I think it's Daniel Heckley, maybe. Oh my goodness. Bless their hearts. That's
140.841.
which is good enough for third place.
That's second place right now.
Again, got our UTV Cup Series getting ready to kick off. We're going to wrap up here, and Bree works our top three. We will come back after this commercial, and we have tons of racing action going on, so stay tuned. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. Come on. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend, the new Baja Legend MTZ. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
All right, guys, let me give you that quick top three rundown from VIN class. Course 1, and that was Don Curtis with a 77.7. And then we had Brandon Davis with a 140 and Justin Hoback with a 146. Easy enough. That's some math I can do.
Yeah, 140, 146, pretty close.
It was pretty close.
6 seconds divided by 2 minutes, not bad.
Yeah, they were working hard on this course.
Again, Charles Chris at a DNF, but he had probably one of the most exciting runs.
It was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah,
he did everything he could.
He did use a lot of long, skinny pedal. To be fair, though.
Wade did not race in the UTV stock class. Cooper actually raced in his spot. But
Wade is here though.
He is here,
and
he's got the baby.
Yeah,
he's so cute. We are ready to move into the Super Grip UTV Cup class.
And speaking of Super Grip, we have Dan Carter sitting in the starting gate in that brand spanking new chassis.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I tell you, let's do that. We got speaking of Dan Carter, we have a great video of him unveiling this new chassis. We'll have you guys check it out. Again, since he's sitting in our starting gate, we probably got a minute.
I'm Dan Carter, and this is our newly released L&W Fab built buggy, prepped and assembled by Rock Life Off-Road. Brand spanking new car released today. We've got it out here at Rush Off-Road Park, and we're going to see what this thing will do this weekend. So what makes this car so special is that this is built to showcase L&W Fab's new lower kit. They decided to build the chassis in full, and it's built with all of their suspension and components put together by Rock Life Off-Road. They were in charge of doing the wrap and the mock-up of the buggy, sporting some brand new Super Grip wheels and tires, Super ATV Easy Steer kit, Keller ball joints, L&W suspension, RS1 front diff, PDI drive shaft. It's the best of the best. So I would see that this car will be a top contender and be fairly competitive this weekend. There's a lot of companies that have stood behind us and helped build this car, especially Rock Life Off-Road, L&W Fab, and Team Super Grip. Appreciate all you guys. Stay tuned.
All right, we are back again. Dan Carter from Dan Carter Racing and brought that Rock Life Off-Road crew. They're here out there. So if you guys do need some parts for your side-by-side, they have their booth set up so you can walk over and grab some stuff. Whether it be sunglasses or an axle shaft, they can help get you put back together.
And you can look good while you're driving.
Yeah.
See? They got all the bases covered.
I know Dan he's always rocking a good pair of shades, so appreciate Dan. Again, sitting in that starting gate where he's going to kick off our UTV Cup series. Looks like he's ready. And again, you could tell he's a little nervous not to scratch it up.
I know. It's hard when they're brand new.
It is.
All the powder coat still looks good.
Yeah. And again, the UTV Cup Series is racing right now the exact course that the Bouncers will race, so both of Run Course 1 will be exactly the same. So we're super excited for that. Again, I think we'll see a lot of guys running that UTV Cup Series course just to see how does it feel for the Hit the Bouncer. Again, Bouncers are a lot bigger tires, so it's usually a little bit easier with the Bouncer than maybe a side-by-side just because it kind of soaks up stuff a little more. I've heard Wade talk about that. Several guys who have raced side-by-sides and Bouncers. Cooper Bentley, another guy who's been very competitive at both. He'll say, Bouncers soak stuff up a little bit more, so, I see Jody. She's the leader of the fan club down there running video.
She's the manager of DC Racing. That's what she is.
Yes.
Ooh, that thing looks good. I like the long, low lines.
I do too.
Come on, Dan.
There you go, Dan.
I should have made him a red, white, and blue bracelet next time.
There you
go.
Look
at him flying down that CA Tech cliff.
Again, this will be new. This will be the first time we've seen this hill today. Get a little bit of a ledge there. Again, just really quick, a little whip around right there, coming right back down. And again,
nice. Launch that race line ramp.
Slowing a little bit down for the tires.
I think Dan looks like he's feeling really comfortable in this.
That was a smooth run. 49.827 for Mr. Dan Carter and that brand spanking new chassis. Again, that was a super smooth run for Dan.
He can breathe a sigh of relief now.
He didn't crash it, didn't scratch it up.
Course 1 is over with. Well done, Dan. We knew it's the power of being the featured driver. It does something special. I don't know. When Cody and Clay, CNC Racing, was our featured drivers at Hot Springs, they both ended up on the podium in their class. Top of the podium.
Which was super neat to see.
I'm just saying.
And I think they said it was the first time that it ever happened, too. They both won their respective classes. So, very, very cool to see.
Hey, Justin Wills has a message for you.
Uh-oh. Aw, it's tomorrow. One. It's tomorrow. My birthday's tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Matt.
We will have a lot of fun. I get to race on my birthday. Is there anything cooler?
Tim Cameron on the course. The time to beat is a 49.8 now. Yeah, winning on my birthday would be cooler. Whoa!
Oh, wow.
Holy smokes.
But if I'm able to knock off some of these drivers on my birthday, that would be pretty cool.
I don't think anybody is going to be able to go faster on that downhill.
He literally was on two
and
wheels.
Survive that turn like Tim just did.
He was literally on 2 wheels.
This is Timmy doing what Timmy does.
Yeah.
Look at him floating over that race line ramp.
I love how he still stopped and checked up for that finish line there.
Hey, you got to know the limits.
Wow.
That's a
44.708 from Tim Cameron.
Wow.
I don't know if there's a whole lot that could be improved on that run. I mean, especially that downhill on the CA Tech cliff.
I thought Dan had a very quick time.
Dan did have a quick time.
Very smooth. He had a great run going. He ran a 49. Timmy just came in and checked out with a 44.
Timmy was on the ragged edge.
He was, literally 2 wheels. Getting great crowd shot there. You can see all the safety barriers we have up. Helping separate the crowd from the race course. Again, the park does a great job of making sure they have that all set up. EB and Rush Off-Road have a great job of making sure everything's safe for our spectators.
We're also racing in a different area here at Rush than I've ever been for an event. I know they have raced over here before, but usually we're on the other side of this Mickey Thompson Mountain. David Darnell is on the line now.
All right, Darnell.
Ronnie, it is good to see Dan back in the Cup class. Oh, David's got the nice purple panels there.
Do what?
It's a good time for a word from our sponsors.
David Darnell, this is what Taylor's telling me. David Darnell has a follower watching on YouTube from Belize. That is impressive. I got fans in Belize. That's crazy awesome. That's so cool to see.
The racing fandom knows no bounds.
It is awesome. And again, speaking of our YouTube channel, you guys can, if you're sitting at home in that recliner with your big glass sweet tea, you can go over to your smart TV and watch on YouTube. Again, those tires don't look like much, but they're just so, you have to slow up and check up for them. 6'3.532 from Mr. David Darnell.
Nice smooth run.
It was a smooth run. Again, we've had some smooth runs, but Timmy was just literally on 2 wheels around in those corners.
Like Matt was saying, guys, you can join us on the Rock Racing TV YouTube channel, or if you want us to be able to see your comments, answer your questions, and interact with you guys, then come on over to Rock Racing TV Facebook page. We got DC over here messing with us. Probably not something we want to see, Matt.
Yeah. Yes.
If it's coming from DC.
That was DC Thompson. Again, I saw him trying to get his big buggy ready, so hopefully that we get to see that at some point.
Right.
I'm excited because I think DC is going to just be a monster truck. Just flat out get out and get it.
It looks like Cody, just in case you were wondering.
Cody Kaysen on the course now. Busting up the super grip step up.
These Kaysen racing guys.
Wow.
48.677.
That's incredible.
Just in case you were wondering.
That's incredible.
What Cody's time was.
I was giving a high five to Keek Tool when he was walking by, but then I heard the time. That's 48?
Yeah, 48.
So man.
That's the second fastest time.
Jeez.
Right now.
These guys, again, which shows you how fast Timmy really was running. Like just smoking it out there.
Looks like Thomas Lair on the course now.
Thomas owns a drive shaft shop, CTC Perfection Driveline. They do a great job. I know they provide a lot of drive shafts to bouncers. And Thomas is a really, really good guy and a lot of fun to be ornery with. He is very, very. Whoa! Wow!
Whoa.
He is flying.
And we haven't seen Thomas out here racing with us for a bit. So.
Yeah. This is pretty close to his house, so he's pretty close. So he likes to come down and hang out with us. Coming to that Indiana State.
Whoa!
Yeah, you can see everybody checking up for these. Wow. 48.682.
Whoa.
And we just had a what?
48.677.
Wow.
So Cody Kaysen, 48.67. Thomas Lair now with a 48.68. What on earth?
100th of a second difference.
What are these guys doing out here?
That's bananas. And then we got Cooper Bentley sitting in the starting gate, and you know he's going to try to be at least 48, if not faster.
Cooper took third place at Hot Springs a few weeks ago in the Cup class.
I know he's going to be 48.
Oh, is this Cooper or is it Mark Carpenter? I think this is Mark Carpenter.
This might be Mark Carpenter. Yeah, I see Cooper. I see Cooper's back there.
We'll see Cooper a little bit later.
I just looked over and saw like the bluish. But I do like his lines. His lines look like his bouncer. I got to talk to Mark quite a bit this morning, and he said he's doing some work on the bouncer, trying to get some stuff dialed in. Trying to make sure it's perfect. Has some sweet race parts on there. We were chatting it up. He had some weird issues so far last season, so he's trying to get the big bouncer dialed in and be really competitive.
All right, so Timmy Cameron's got the fastest time right now with a 44.7. And then we've got Cody Kaysen with a 48.67. Thomas Lair with a 48.68. And Dan Carter not too far behind with a 49.8. Mark Carpenter's out on the course right now, but I think he got a little lost on which hill he was supposed to go up. Oh, man. He had a good run going.
You could tell he had saw the first foot of flags. I think he thought he was going up the UTV stock class, but UTV Cup is a little bit different.
There you go. Come on.
Oh, no!
Bro.
Oh. He's still got his back tires on the ground.
Yeah, barely.
Come on, buddy.
Come on. There's some momentum. There we go.
Get off of that thing.
Now, don't hit it like a...
Nice.
There we go. Again.
79.040. And you know what? If he hadn't gotten lost and had that little hangout, that's the potential for a good, smooth, fast run. So I think I think round 2 is going to be his time to shine.
And again, he just like he got hung up there. I think we might see if you guys get hung up. Everybody's definitely zooming up to those tires and kind of slowing down just to check up. Again, I think very wisely, because with the guys that have kind of throttled into it, it bucks you really high, and there's such a far drop off on the other side. So you want to check up a little bit and make a smart decision there. We got Clay Kaysen in 401K sitting in the booth.
Clay coming into the weekend only 7 points behind Timmy overall for the season so far. Clay is one of our guest commentators, we like to call him. You guys are heard his voice plenty of times up here in the booth, usually hanging out with me while Matt's off racing. Clay did take the top spot at Hot Springs a few weeks ago in the Cup class. He looks pretty nearly on par with Timmy's run. It's going to be close.
Wow.
46.447. So he's right in between Timmy's time in those 48s that we have now. So 46.447 for Clay, a smoking run. Timmy's still in the lead with a 44.7.
Again, coming down that hill on 2 wheels, I think.
I really think it was that downhill for Timmy. Clay's looked pretty good too, though.
Yeah.
Travis Cooper on the course now.
Looks like a little bit wider body, which again helps you kind of in the on those quick turns.
All right, they tell me that's Bradley Cooper. Or something like it.
Pretty smooth up those RCV rocks. Definitely a good wheelbase for handling those downhill turns.
It looks smooth run, too. 50.675. Mr. Travis Cooper. Got Mr. Brandon Davis sitting in the starting gate again, that Can-Am.
Brandon Davis.
He definitely puts a beating on this Can-Am.
I feel like this Can-Am needs a name.
It does.
She's been around long enough now.
Like a little black knight. It's like the little soldier that could.
It's like when somebody starts dating someone new, you know, and they're not quite part of the friend group yet, but they hang around long enough, and then they're, you know, they're part of the group.
Yeah.
They got to be official.
Yeah, this thing has been around for quite a while.
It needs a name.
It does.
I'll see if Brandon's got any input on that. We'll just call her Candy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure Brandon likes candy, too, so I mean, it works out, you know? You can watch him check up there. Again, you want to carry some momentum, but it's such a steep drop on the other side. You don't want to.
51.949 for Brandon and Candy.
Brandon and Candy. Cheryl's like, who'd you say?
Sounds like a side chick.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Cheryl will be like, who'd you say?
Cheryl might not appreciate that. All right, I see some hot pink.
Yes.
That must mean Josh Krapinski is on the line. We have some nice shirts from Krapinski Racing.
Yes.
We're going to be repping one of these Feature Driver Fridays.
Josh Krapinski.
Bless his heart. We could just make a reel of Jack saying, trying to say Josh's name.
Uh-oh. I heard it just start bouncing off the rev limiter. I think you must have knocked it in gear. Get up there. Come on.
Come on, find the gear. Oh.
I would say it broke a belt, but I thought it's all the tires starting to spin. So maybe he lost high. Yeah, he must have lost high gear, I think. Because I saw the tires still spinning, but they weren't spinning very fast.
Well, that was weird.
Yeah. The only reason, somebody else did, 2 races ago, last race, whatever, somebody else said they had broke high gear. They were zooming along and lost high gear.
Huh.
Again, hate to see that for Josh again. He fierce competitor. Guy will get out and absolutely just put it down. So I'm not sure if he landed and broke something or.
Yeah, we hate seeing that, especially if you barely get to finish half the course. These drivers work hard to, get here and commit to the racing season. And even if the ones that don't race the whole season,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you just kind of pick and choose what's close to home and everything, it's still so much work and time and money and energy that goes into keeping these vehicles race ready and travel into the events and taking the time. We're out here racing on a Friday afternoon, but most people traveled in yesterday, and that's a lot of time and effort and commitment. So hate seeing that when the drivers don't get to, make a full run at the course, but that is unfortunately part of racing. I see some Hunter Orange on the line. Dylan Dowler out on the course now.
It's such a neon orange. It's so bright. And again, once you see it in person, you're like, yeah, wow, that was a smooth. That might have been the smoothest transition yet.
So Dylan is third in points coming into this weekend behind Timmy and Clay. And the time to beat right now is still Timmy Cameron with a 44.7 on course 1. You guys are watching the Super Grip UTV Cup class, round 1 here for the Mickey Thompson NRRA. Ooh, race number 4.
He's still.
Back tire got a little hung up there.
Even that, he's still fast.
We saw Dylan race already in the stock class as well.
Wow.
That's a
45.698. Wow, he still got a second on Clay Kaysen, even with that tiny bit of a hang-up at the top of the hill there.
Yeah.
So that means Tim Cameron with a 44, Dylan Dowler now with a 45, and then Clay Kaysen with a 46. Those are your top 3. Currently, we're about halfway through round 1 for the UTV Cup class, and I see Miss Madison King on the line.
Next, Madison King.
Madison, we got to give her props. She is our only female driver, seasoned driver, that's not in the youth class, that's been out here racing with us several years. And she puts a beat down on this buggy out here and regularly ends up on the podium. And especially in the bounty class, she's really doing well so far this season, too. She comes out here with her nails done, her blonde ponytail.
Yes.
And then she whoops up on the guys. I love it.
Just gets it.
I love it.
And is not afraid to get out and thrash in that buggy.
Nope, not at all. Come on, Madison. Bring it on home. Down that SES final stretch. There it is.
All right.
55.806 for Madison King.
Doesn't look like Isaac's going to have a bunch of stuff to fix.
Now we've got Cooper Bentley on the line. Cooper finished third at Hot Springs a couple weeks ago.
Yep. Cooper is very lethal in the UTV class as well as the big bouncer.
And we already saw him race in the stock class this weekend, too. He's a triple threat.
He is.
Put that boy in a Jeep. Get him in the VIN class. That might be fun.
That's Cooper Bentley.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
Oh, no!
That's not good. Dang it.
Oh, man.
That's not going to help his
His downhill was pretty much on par with Timmy's, I think, right up until he hit the corner.
He was zipping down that hill.
It's definitely the place to make up some time, it seems like, on this course.
Ooh.
Oh, getting a little sideways.
Yeah. You definitely don't hit you definitely don't hit those tires going sideways.
Woo! And still not a bad run from Cooper.
No. 60.200 for Mr. Cooper Bentley.
But when you're pushing so hard, when the times are so tight, you gotta leave it all on the course, and sometimes it happens.
Yep.
Get a little squirrely, get a little sideways.
Get a little squirrely. Good news is the sun went behind the cloud. We got a nice cool breeze coming. Downside is I think that means our rain's quickly approaching.
The rain is coming in on us. Looks like Alston Tidwell now.
Heading up those Spider off-road stairs there.
Alston, if you were watching the UTV stock class just a little bit ago, is he's the one that had the front flip.
Yep.
Down the CA Tech cliff there.
Still
he was able still to finish.
I was to say, still landed it.
So he's already had a little bit of a wild run today, and is our first skinny pedal nomination as well. He might not be too excited about that, but it is what it is.
Yeah, you don't want a skinny pedal. I mean, it's cool to get one, but you don't want one.
Speaking of skinny pedal, we have a couple that we need to catch up on that we will announce. Maybe one today and one tomorrow.
That's Austin Tidwell. He did well.
6'2", .839 for Austin Tidwell.
.839. Maybe Tidwell's a little too much of a compliment. He finished. Good job.
Casey Howell has not run yet, Ronnie. I believe we should have Matt Myrick coming up to the line. We've still got Matt, Austin Connell, Casey Howell, DC Thompson, and I'm not sure if Connor Flynn is here or not, but he is on my list. There we go. We got Matt Myrick pulling up to the line now. Whoa, son.
Yes, doctor.
Trying to take down the veranda out here.
Veranda.
The veranda.
The veranda set. That sounds super bougie.
Well, that's what we are.
We're going to go out and have sweet tea on the veranda.
I'm speaking it into existence,
yes.
Taylor.
Yeah. We're stepping out on the veranda.
Being positive.
You ever seen Django Unchained? He's like, we are going to have white cake in the library.
All right, Matt Myrick on the course.
Good. Rockin' Matt's iconic color, that white chassis with the that lime green neon.
And Matt's had a little bit of a rough re-entry into the racing scene. The driver's seat. He's always been here. You guys, I'm sure, recognize him from Busted Knuckle Films.
He took like a hot 5 years off. So
he did. Yeah, it had been a little while until this season that we'd seen him back in the driver's seat. So he's been, dialing it back in and getting the kinks worked out, and hopefully been having some fun. Getting back in that driver's seat. Looking like a really good smooth run now.
Yeah.
Look at that. Just floating over the ramp.
There we go. 4.8.706. Again, right in that 4.8. We got a ton of 4.8s right in there.
Yeah, that's our third 48.
Yeah.
So Tim Cameron's still in the lead with a 44.7, followed by Dylan Dowler with a 45 and Clay Kaysen with a 46.
Coming fast out that starting gate.
We've got Austin Connell out on the course now. Nathan King is watching. Where are you at this weekend, Nathan?
Yeah, you know what? I haven't seen him yet.
He's not here.
It's his prom this weekend. No, I'm just Madison missed a race.
That might be a little weird.
Madison missed a race because she was at prom, so it was super cool to see. Again, the whole King family gets out and just battles it.
Whoa, Austin!
Come on. Get back on your wheels. I think he's going to. Oh, dang it. He did not stick that landing.
Oh, man.
But the good news is it was like a slow-mo rollover. It wasn't like a high-speed crash. It was kind of just...
Speaking of slow-mo.
Kind of a pirouette.
Well, not speaking of slow-mo, first of all, look how fast Clay Kaysen got up there.
Clay's
He's
up
hustling.
there. And we got a thumbs up.
We got the thumbs up.
Yep.
We've got some good help up there. We'll get Austin rolled back over. In the meantime, let's go to a quick replay and see exactly what just happened here.
Again, I think the rear end just slid a little bit and then caught some debris.
Right into the bank.
Debris or a stump. And again, right there, it wasn't.
What? I wasn't out there.
Wasn't a debris. Dub airs. Where again, just caught something, just kind of barely pirouetted there a little bit, tossed over to the side.
Just one of those weird ones.
I really thought he was going to land back on his wheels.
What did we say? Were we going to see a weird rollover?
Yeah, and again, I thought it'd be more, you have these guys screaming downhill, pushing as fast as they can, and they have to turn and go uphill. So I think that, again, just kind of caught the edge right there. You hate to see it. So, again, hate to see that.
Nathan said he's has a fraternity formal.
A fraternity?
Which is kind of like prom.
Yeah, kind of like prom, yeah. We're going to call it prom. We're just going to call it prom.
The boys said they're going to call it prom, Nathan.
Yeah.
You can't hear Taylor.
Yeah.
But
we're just going to call it prom. It's fine.
Well, we hope you have fun.
Yeah. Did he get Taylor said.
A corsage.
Did he get a corsage? I like
That's for the girls.
Yeah,
it's a boutonniere for the boys.
But, yeah. You never know.
Well, hopefully not.
Hey, it's like Mr. Doubtfire. He's like, hey, it's the 90s, You know?
We are so far past the 90s now. These days, anything goes. Not exactly sure what Clay and Dylan and Cody are trying to do there.
Bill picked up some trash on the way back. He's running back. I'm like, Bill, we can't be eating snacky snacks on the course, buddy.
Matt, one of these days we're going to get some shirts made for you.
I told Clyde I'm going to get some made up.
They're
it's going to say snacky snacks on the back, on the front, and on the back it'll just say Matt Holt Racing.
Oh, I think it should say Will Race for Snacks.
Ooh, good call. Good call. Have like
and
a little
then
card.
Just have
make it look like a cardboard sign with some duct tape on it, taped to the front of my shirt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just need to get Treadwear Apparel on board for that.
I know a guy who makes shirts.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I know a guy who makes shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is his name name Clyde Bynum?
Clyde Bynum.
Okay, we know the same guy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So if you need if your high school baseball team, soccer team, bachelorette party, whatever needs shirts.
Fraternity formal,
whatever. If you guys need shirts, Treadwear, what's the website?
TreadwearApparel.com.
TreadwearApparel.com. Head over there. They can get you all lined out. I think they can do up to 8 colors.
I don't know.
It gets kind of pricey at 8, but I know they can do. I think they can do up to 8 colors. They can. Yeah. You want a rainbow shirt? They got you. Okay.
All right. We got Austin Connell recovered off the course. We still have Casey Howell. Looks like Casey there on the starting line. And then we should have, I think I see DC Thompson there behind him. Boy, these sunglasses make it hard to see the screen.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. You probably think I'm like, is she blind? But no, it's just the polarized glasses make the screen really dark.
And we have some studio lights that are like a million candle powers each, I think. So.
Andy Chapman says, looks like around 3 y'all might get a little rain. Well,
it does.
We're trying not to dwell on that.
Yes. I wouldn't mind a little bit of rain tonight just because it'll knock the dust down,
Yeah.
As Timmy would say.
A
little rain, knock the dust down. And so, little rain would knock the dust down, and so we wouldn't mind a little bit of rain, but I don't want a wet course for tomorrow, or I don't want to sit in my – I've literally sat in my buggy before in buckets of rain while someone rolled over in front of me.
Oh, yeah.
And then they had to recover them. So for 20 minutes, I just sat in rain.
Done that. Nothing like a soggy fire suit.
No.
All right, Casey Howell out on the course now.
Again, Casey has his buggy dialed in. I think he does more engine tuning than anybody out there.
So our top 3 right now is Timmy with a 44. Where did he go? Dylan with a 45 and Clay with a 46. Casey's going to have to let it all hang out. Try and beat that.
He really is. I bet. Casey can do that too, though. I mean, Casey,
he could.
He ain't scared, okay? I've seen that boy flat out drive, so I think he can easily get out there and ramp it down.
What was that just fell off? Did you see that?
That's a 47.197.
47.197.
I look, we have some track officials running out there. They're kind of
yeah, something went flying off.
They were wondering the same thing. Exhaust, maybe?
Fire extinguisher, I think.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right, DC Thompson is going to wrap up round 1 for the Super Grip UTV Cup class. So far, we've got a 44, 45, 46, 47, and a few 48s. And can DC change it up? I don't know. Let's see.
Again, DC and Elegant not scared of the podium. Definitely has no problem pushing it hard. Wow.
It's a good run from DC.
It is.
Where did it put him?
47.742, and we just had a 47.197. Wow. Again, some tight racing. We're going to let Bree get all these added up, and we will come back right after this racing action with your top 3 for the UTV Cup Series.
What you want? No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerply XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
All right, guys, let me give you that top 5 rundown from round 1 for the Super Grip UTV Cup class. It was Tim Cameron in the lead with a 44.7, and then we had Dylan Dowler with a 45, Clay Kaysen with a 46, and Casey Howell with a 47.1, DC Thompson with a 47.7.
Wow.
Those are your top 5. We also had 348s, a 49, a 50, and a 51.
It's crazy.
And
crazy.
A little bit scattered from there. So super tight racing out here. It's always fun to see how those times end up shaking out. Sometimes tenths and hundreds, even thousands of a second only separated.
Crazy.
So that does complete our first half of our day of racing. We're going to take just a 15-minute break, and then we'll be back for round 2 for all 3 of our classes. So you guys don't go too far. We'll be right back.
We'll see you guys.